call that the cabin all the time?
The very back, yeah.
Okay.
That's the cabin. It's from Gemini and Apollo testing, cabin simulation.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. See. Okay.
So forward using this DMC, kind of at risk, so that we can get through that testing and get the algorithms certified.
The intake one, though.
Yeah.
You mean?
So to the air scrubber.
To the scrubbers.
Yeah, it pulls off
The
just
left side of our schematic.
Yes.
pulls off
Yes.
just after the cabin filter.
Yeah.
It's not
Sure.
going to look exactly like it. Like I said, this door is like the sun.
I'll stand door. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And I'll stand off to the side.
Do you guys mind if I squeeze in? Okay. Yeah, I found the nook.
Nose down to a header. That is what goes into this wing nose. So those are our two development that are the Artemis III units. I think they were supposed to be
Yeah.
more susceptible, or less susceptible.
Less susceptible, okay.
I don't remember the name of the egress test that we are doing.
Yeah, the MP, yeah, so there's two, the MPPF test.
I think you're talking about the MPP.
Yeah, it's gonna be open offing of the suits, as well as, you're gonna be doing a suit dry out, so the ARS modes.
Oh, yeah?
I've been a couple times on the earlier ones. It's always at vacuum, it's actually, the temperature always surprised me when the last couple PSI of air go out of the.
The going to vacuum, like if you have all four in here.
It'll just
Doing, like,
be
nominal-
it'll be the transition. We've done the four suited
Okay.
before. That was
Issues for the OLIF or for OLIF. And honestly, there's been times like Josh mentioned where sometimes hardware is actually needed to go, hey, we found this issue. We may need to rely on OLIF to go test this out.
The flight computers, so it's a little lower fidelity, but it's fine for egress. And then this rack has the semi-O pump, which I don't know that we've found anything yet that we've had to take back.
So you like have a counterpart at the ITL, like do you have someone you would call, like let's say you just had a question about that or you needed to interface with the ITL, what would you do?
So we have a system integrator and I would reach out to
Gotcha.
Jacob Denton.
that pump is now a dry screw pump, so it can pump water for days.
Which is good,
Yeah.
because it will,
I've used-
we'll be giving it water or
I've
someone
used
will.
the same type of pump to.
Answers by midweek, but I think those answers are like they're ultimately going to be, we can't definitively say where the leak is. Yeah, so we can start sharing it.
Did they ever voice code the valves?
No, they couldn't get in there
This
without.
is our control room
Wasn't value from it.
for this chamber. Test requester, Ephraim. This is his station. On. And then in the middle section, for EMU testing is the weight relief operator or quality, electrical. This is tied to a switch so they can reset it without having to unseal the cabinet.
I love it.
Talked about in FTP last week, freezing up the vent line during desorption and how that was gonna be a part of our day one test. Can you test that here to see like, oh yeah, the signatures we think we're gonna get if that were to happen are actually the signatures we get?
So that one, no, we don't have the facility to do that. That specific testing, unfortunately, no. But generally, I would say most of our testing has been focused on like a lot of the.
Say something that was called before OLIF.
Well, the test series was called VPIST, which was a vacuum integrated pressure suit.
Integrated suit.
Yeah, vacuum integrated pressure suit tech and control.
Pneumatics,
Yeah.
commanding,
Yeah.
and telemetry.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It took a while to wrap my head around how those controllers are tied to each valve, but it's pretty rock solid.
And one more, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cable and routers.
Exactly right. So that's exactly what.
Let's jump through that again. We're going to talk about some of the contingency costs. What's highlighted is the S-band system, and I want to break that down to a more simple display so we're not staring at this. 4 are forward facing and 2 are aft facing. These 2 are going to be on the crew module adapter, and these 4 are going to be on the crew module front shell. Those are directional antennas, so we can steer those antennas. And I use the word steer in quotation marks because we're not physically moving anything. We're using a process called phase shifting to actually, antenna's active, all of the other will be in a standby mode. That's the antenna that will be utilized to try to achieve common ground, okay? CCM. These guys are constantly messaging each other back and forth to really.
I'm curious since he's busy. He doesn't know. But nope. Okay. That's one of the ones we probably
Yeah,
just
so
had up.
those master ones, those contain all of the.
Okay. Don't go down here and just start
No,
doing
no.
stuff. It's not even
just
there.
go ahead and skip it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
until it's self to
good.
swap. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and press in the procedure, and this will be our last case, and we'll
CCA
schedule some more.
one
time.
selected.
Two more minutes? for
Okay.
this? Or
Yep.
is that question?
I think maybe the big question mark you see over my head right now is this number here, like in this example, 7093.
Sure.
That's still hard written in. That's not,
Yes.
like it says store desired
Yeah.
void this.
Yep, and reporting all of that.
Because the DCM told the one CCM to go to maintenance mode, and that was what happened before the other one took over.
Yeah, so my intention is to try to have you do each one of these lessons in team or in pairs.
I'm gonna start super big picture.
Yep.
Airway, breathing, circulation,
Yes.
airway, breathing. Let's just make sure, can they talk, can they breathe, can they look at us, are they responsive?
Yep.
Those sorts of things.
And I guess it's maybe not a body thing, it's more of a system, but that big picture is making sure, like, if you think it's a shock situation, that you're not gonna add to it by trying to blood pressure cuff on, and
I love it.
ask us that eventually, but.
And then if we had Christina, I would have Christina start talking to ground, because no matter what, there's just a lot of blood. So I would get
Yes.
embarrassed. But is there any other places hurting? That's something I would want to know. I'd be looking at his eyes.
That right eye looks a
Get
little
that.
red too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's gonna be bruising that's gonna go up there, but hey, can you see, important for me to know is, you've got the, how did you get to did you just open this book and go, is this like a pocket checklist where you have a list of procedures in the front and you, okay, this is our emergency, great.
This is our hard copy. Yep.
I watched. Well, good.
But honestly, I didn't think of that until you guys started talking about it.
Yep.
What I was looking for was a cotton swab.
Yep.
And it's actually repeat that process 6 times. This is only one eye we're concerned about, right? Your left eye looks good, looks nominal. Foreign body is visible. Go to 28.2.250.
Okay.
Yes.
Eye procedure step 2.
Let me see if I.
The cuff is actually designed for
It's
the upper
trying
arm,
hard.
but it can be used on the forearm too. You just want to make sure it's closer to the elbow than the wrist. Bleeding. Well, he's not actively bleeding,
Wow.
but there's blood there.
Yeah, there is blood there. Give me a paper towel.
It's recommended because the specular protects the camera, but it might really limit your field of view in the mouth.
Okay. Video. It's not there. Okay.
Good.
Going to the uppers.
Upper molars. Oh, go back there. That looks interesting.
I would agree that isn't. Let's keep going. Let's go
Looks
all
good.
the way through to make sure we
Oh,
don't miss
there's
something.
blood.
Screenshots.
There is a way to do screenshots.
All right. Well, we definitely got the missing filling, and maybe get Jeremy to move his lip out of the way so you can see the front surface too.
Some of the small veins and arteries in the back part of the nose, like sinus, have a deformation, and they.
Just to recap, 3 major issues right now. Nosebleed, which we put pressure on and it is slowed. We've got that cleaned up. We have a foreign object in the eye. We have an eye water bubble on it now, and we have not fixed that. And then we have 2 issues with the teeth: a crown in the molar and a cracked front tooth that's very painful. It's not uncomplicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is not uncomplicated.
That's
So-
why I chose this flight day and this type of problem to solve right now. You know,
Right.
there's multiple things you have to address here, but the context also is going to be.
Landing ops is the first econ asset entry class in our class flow. Nominally, it would be laying power down, opening visors, and pressurizing the suit. So for this class, we are going to just be covering nominal post-landing back here, and then we're going to back up in the timeline, and then we're going to talk through entry day. So specifically the eclipse config form.
Which starts as soon as we touch it, or at the timer counts down?
I'll get into that in deployed, and then 90 seconds after that, at 3.5 minutes, the final 180-degree CMS bag will be deployed. Next, you're going to be setting up your SAR radio and sat phone, and then performing comm checks with recovery forces and MCC. And then
Better than just having had all 3 open the whole time.
because we need we need vacuum.
While your ammonia cooling is going, put manual lines going, and then once all that starts it's not intuitive. Because this is looking at movement across the bed, what's absorbing at the front end versus the back end.
Just to understand that like box and how I'm supposed to read it, like the two columns in that box, is everything associated like to the right of what that is, or is it like read like first column then second column?
Go to open the snorkel fan. At that point, you're then gonna give your pressure again to the master diver, and then once they determine it's safe, they will open the side.
We turn off ammonia. When?
That is right before the recovery forces approach. So you should have already made contact with them.
Exchanger that's right, like the heat exchanger side is off. So we're running coolant loop 1 Bravo and 2 Bravo, but without the
Evaporator.
Right, yeah, for that short period of time, where you're waiting for recovery.
Immerse, egress stuff
Yeah.
that sometimes I lose lock on what the nominal plan with the
Yeah.
snorkel is. Like in my mind, no, get the snorkel on, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, that is.
So you're going to see splashdown, and then on the right, you're going to see the risers get cut away.
There's no reason why you can't go back. Now, there is a discussion of whether or not the combustion products are certified for post-landing after some shots are on the ground.
That's fancy.
Now, testing has shown that we may not actually ever overheat, so.
Wow, we have like 3 different interpretations of what that 8-bit pixelated
Yeah.
orbiter is.
Yeah,
Oh
I think it
my
used to be a
God.
side arrow too, which kind of is a little counter window to be able to see that you've squeezed it 5 times. Having negative pressure, you would still need to perform the hydrazine test.
Okay.
Yep.
What I heard you say. So you don't drop it. Don't do it while you're upside down.
Yeah, that is one of the considerations we have. I attach it and then do the check in.
Just in the case if we need to use the.
If we're negative.
Right. Yep.
Sorry,
Okay, you should be able to just hit resume and then scroll down to drop. Copy.
Air is being drawn in on these the perimeter vents here, and those are the vents that you never want to cover whenever you're changing out the fecal canister and you're realizing it help prevent liberation. Toilet system will be activated to draw particles into the air filter prior to removal of the barrier. However,
They already did that. Oh, no, we're talking about venting. Sorry.
They should be purging
Yeah.
the waste tank right now. We didn't put every little step in there because we've done it before. And the note, just to
Would be in 7.2, right before the step, or after, it says deploy items in the hygiene bay. It says per stowage table.
but
Yeah.
cleans it off, right?
Yeah.
And our runtime is limited to what?
30 seconds.
Yep. Then we.
We'll just go ahead and do a set.
up off the ground, almost.
How hard you have to pull for each one of the reps. Okay. And it's going to be just like today's session.
We are 41,541 miles from the moon, and then back to Earth. And nothing technical has happened in your absence.
Okay.
We're still.
It's going to stay the same as inertial. And then for attitude, yaw is 355. Hit.
This is for the PWD.
Okay.
You know the PWD that has is connected to a QD.
Go for the targeting and ready for the PWD.
Cycle the connection and precision. Like
Let's
their
look at
edge keys are working.
Yep,
From a crew perspective, I think your precision.
9.84. 1 and 2 radio check on ACU2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is another A, you're right down there.
Reid, if your last comm check went to 5, I actually heard all 5 numbers at that point.
And Jeremy started back up with exercise while Christina's on the toilet. Perfect. Yep.
That might be. No, that would be before. So it might have rained out.
Good config, so we're happy there. And same thing with the DPU. We did a power cycle with that and then come back up. We still have reconfig we need to do for the
no gap. This is where you have a gap between bearing and start T-turn, straight absorb.
And this one's harder than the center pad because you don't have all the leverage on that pad. And a tiny force can be enough to misalign that side pad. And we've seen that on one of the last 1A, 1B. They weren't able to get the side pad on the first EVA. So put it back in the bag, came back the second EVA with a little bit more knowledge on that technique, and we got it.
The person doing the collar bolts is EV1 in that picture, is that right? Or is it EV2?
In this picture, so yeah, in this picture,
So, not quite. Yeah, I don't know if you're planning to change it, but for 2 alpha at least, we have EV1, basically this left image is at the end of the left mid-strut install. So you have EV2 bolts. And the way we had it was, at that point, we'd have the APFR crew member get out and start doing bag cleanup. Because you can't do MLI or anything until we get both sides collar bolts driven.
You're trying to convey about the BRT. You said you need a BRT to the mid-strut to install the collar bolts?
yes, because when you're installing that mid strut to the mass canister, you have the handrail that's on.
Ooh.
So, and they're wing tabs, so there's like a 1-inch tab coming out that makes it easier to run.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we saw one of those got bumped on an EVA.
We were right there.
Real.
I mean, no, not that real. I was surprised at how close they were. I don't know why in the pool it seemed farther away, and the real thing was like, we are up there. Like you are that
Right
far from
there.
bumping it. Anytime
Really
you're up
good
that high.
The rigid helps a little bit, but it's still awkward.
Still, like, did you do those on your EV?
We tried.
Yeah.
Don't know if we tightened them all the way down. You know, this is,
Yeah.
yeah, the very first one we could not fully install. And we every time someone says, you know, the ratchet, because we were like, we need the ratchet. And they were like, no. We kind of, you know, they hadn't done the analysis, but it was like, we just need more torque. We know we need more torque. You know? But, so I think also like the internal mechanism of this thing, the teeth have to fall down a certain way.
Yes.
And I don't know if we got into where they weren't, but I don't remember if we got our, you know, that little tab that can move until you.
Give you enough slack to uncoil this one piece of tape here, and that's what we're gonna grab it out. Does that make sense?
But there's still 2 D-rings on that adjustable, and there will be a 3 hook on that other adjustable.
And the 2 adjustables that are pictured there are on the cables in that way, like, or is that top adjustable already out there?
The top one is.
will go
Or
on
it's on the
Yeah, it's on
mounting
the
bracket.
mounting
Okay, so that one will have the 1.
Yeah, and then for DDCU in the pool, this is where it's going to be. So you'll grab the DDC jumper, or sorry, you'll grab the cable bag. You can temp sew it over here, grab the DDC jumper out, and do this task.
Remembering, I need to. I think you have to do that to get it into the whiff, and then it should go back as soon as it goes in, right?
Right, when it goes in the whiff, it should pop back to black on black, but verify that it does.
I'm doing this. Well, as long if it, I guess we don't, but you wouldn't even have to pay attention to the clock. You'd be like, well, that didn't go. But
So, the only time you need to twist the collar is when you're pulling it out of the whip.
but wouldn't it have gone to black on back on
Once
its
you
own?
squeeze the paddles, pull it out.
Yeah.
And now when you let go of the paddles, the latch dogs are out, ready to install.
And like these are locked, so to get it in,
Well-
I gotta have to go like that, right?
Actually, no. So they can squeeze in, but they've popped out. But they're spring loaded, so
right
you can
now
still
they,
install.
Cool. I didn't realize that. Okay, got it. Okay, so black on black for install, and not locked.
Well, you'll do the pull test to verify it's locked, basically.
I'm very confused. How is that locked if that went in?
Because they're spring loaded, right? So when I was manually pushing
Oh,
them in, they
because,
pop back out.
okay, got it.
So
Yep,
you'll do your
that-
pull twist test,
Okay.
and that verifies they pop back out like they should
Yep.
have.
And now has to be unlock and
Squeeze the paddles.
got it. Okay.
And it kind of,
But if it, yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. Good. Freaking good review. Ooh-wee. It's like the muscle memory is there, but the memory of like the exact steps is not at all. Okay. Okay. It's
corner, which it should be the most natural motion for you, you're in the correct config. And then you can see where all of the rets are choreographed, and we want those in the specific topography that
we talked about. Okay, there's another strap.
and we have hooks in the procedure to tell you when you can unret each part as we assemble it.
Yep, and then so that side there, the L7.
Pad on the strut side is thicker than the mounting bracket is.
Yeah, so you
it
can't
sticks out.
flush isn't.
So you really got to use the black line, which may be broken.
The tab, I think,
there's
is
a lip
the
there?
tab here.
Ah.
I noticed this before. The tab doesn't slide.
It doesn't actually slide in on this one.
The other side it does.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
don't know why it is like this. I don't know if it broke off or something, but.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, it does seem different.
These pool mock-ups have far outlived their design life.
They're like a Mars rover. Keep trucking.
Yeah, see how that tab has like a stair step to it?
See that point at the end of the bolt, which
Yep.
is barely visible.
Let me see something real quick. see what it's going into. So it's just a big old hole. I wonder why it wasn't. Oh, this is so uncompliant that it could actually hit
Itself.
the outside of the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll-
Counter. We'll go to. Going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six and a half, and this one doesn't actually torque out. Like if we had a giant number 3 Phillips, we could hold that and maybe get it tight, but that's okay.
It's snuggy fresh.
And there are 2, right? Like that one I need to do as well into the other hole.
The other, should just go through the other hole.
Yep.
And that's
Okay.
why
And I'll go over there, but just to look at this, this goes in and then
Yep.
this folds on.
Right.
Okay.
So you bias it towards the right or left. Sorry. So kind of direction.
I think I'll.
And just GCA me if you need up or down.
Okay. A little up. About 2 inches up.
You may have to help it.
Just kidding. Oh, okay.
So
I
yeah,
can
what
do
you
that.
can do is you just pitch it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice job.
There you go.
Like a boss. Like a strut boss.
Is that all the bolts look horrible though? Are you sure they're right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Yeah. Pull the whole thing off. And see how it's like hanging cattywampus? That's what we're actually doing. It was actually resting on this. So I don't know if this thing is there an adjustment in this that we can straighten that out?
Side.
Okay, that was what was doing it actually, not any one person. And so that it's not really straight,
Right.
but when we straighten it, it's not hanging evenly.
Good word. Which in the pool and in space hopefully will not be issues.
I agree.
Yeah, and your APFR position
I'm doing
is going to be up a little bit higher, and you'll basically be able to lean over the mounting bracket.
So I'll be
And-
kind of up here.
Yep.
And this doesn't
And
go
then-
flush, right? It doesn't go flush, but you can
No,
go pretty
can't-
far.
yeah, you can go
It
farther
can
than
go
this.
down
Yeah.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have it through part of the way, which after part of the way, it's just a
The
finessing.
flight ones, they like took them, put them together, and then outlined with Sharpie.
Nice.
So you actually see where this should actually be. It'll
Okay.
put you exactly in the spot that you get. You know, you can mate the threads.
Okay, I'm through part. I'm just gonna keep pushing.
And then if I need to go forward or
wiggling.
after,
Problem is, it's
I'm
just
just gonna
fish.
hold.
Yep.
Makes you feel pretty good. And then that thicker thing lining up with that.
Yep. That was
and,
the part
that's
that
the
couldn't
wiggle
happen.
that you're trying to get. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had the screw through that hole, but I didn't have the wider shoulder through that hole.
Okay. Okay. You got the strut.
Okay, I have the strap. Okay, so the same, because, so now finding that shoulder is crazy hard. This is
Yeah.
where I want to
that's
be.
engage.
This is where I'm at. And I would love to know, so this is the part, this wider shoulder is not going through this. Okay. And then just to make sure that's true. Now it's still, it's not even close now.
Can I make a recommendation?
Please.
I would actually recommend you do that part, like you know how to drive a boat. I would do the PGT fish, and then I would recommend try it again with your hand. After you get it with the PGT alignment, I would do it by hand again. The driving the boat, easy. And we're gonna, unfortunately, we don't have the metal ones in the pool. We're gonna have these.
Now I know where the goal is, though.
Yes, yeah. And I tell you, because like this is one of those things where, you know, you're going to do it for 30 seconds and the divers are going to be like, let me help you, boom. And this is I'd rather sit there with it and feel it out.
Correct. On the long sim, y'all are starting from your oxdon activity and going to
That we got
yeah,
that right.
and that all looks good to me.
Yeah.
For, yeah, that's a lot of feedback.
This
It
part
should
should be
be,
the same.
yeah, yeah, it should
I
be
just
the same.
didn't want that static. Let's see, does this do it too?
Right.
Get some stray voltage.
Am I getting any stray voltage? Yeah, stray voltage, same. So seat 4 is lighting up every time either one of us try to talk.
We're getting close to the SMSEP ATP. So we have committed go. So if we start, just have Houston, Orion on Orion to Earth 1 and 2.
All FCMs fail. So that's literally all you can complete the mission. Okay, so it's not something that's designed or intended to operate for the entire mission. You're not going to they'll fly, lift off, ascent. It's actually used during a very short time while EGS is configuring the capsule on the pad. But these are ones that you should never see in flight. Okay? Mode means the other big thing I want you to know in terms of terminology are outputs. What does outputs mean? 4 FCMs either reset or fail, then what will happen is the FCMs will come up and they go through, again, outputs uninhibited. That means that BFS isn't going to automatically take control of the vehicle, and we're just going to let the primary flight software do its thing, and that's going to do things. When you manually engage the BFS, it's going to enable the outputs, and then it's going to power off all 4 FCMs to make sure that they're. Let's go ahead and start practicing.
That's enablement.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to, let's go ahead and change our.
And yep, no yellows and no home plates up
Home
there.
plates on, if you want to see it, but entirely up to you. Now, another thing I'll point out here is, however, we do have procedures for you to do it. All the procs will be there, in case, PCL or whatnot. Also for the procs upscaler. So we do plan on keeping alpha settings for procs upscaler. There's no magic cliff that you fall over at 3 hours. Really what it is the state vector
Goes wrong with the FCMs after we've
Correct.
splashed down.
Correct.
It's just going to automatically go from entry to
Yeah,
post landing.
yeah, and
And that's why that's okay.
You'll definitely learn that in your entry class, that, yeah, there's an automatic transition from entry to post landing. On the right, there's an edge key for BFS engage. So go ahead and push that edge key. Don't worry. Okay, so here, sorry, press the edge key one more time, just to
Yeah.
make sure. Then now if you were to scroll
Oh,
down to
I
the
thought that was like a
engage,
title of it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing the difference. Cool. Thanks.
Absolutely. Okay.
So look, it doesn't have it there. We have to go to the burn plan.
Yep, agreed.
And then ballistic is just way worse. So.
Anticipating a head fitting there.
All right, we can go back to the caution warning.
Maybe above that it did. Let's see. I hear a
40
lot of.
seconds.
This is like when I'm in a T-38 sim. The more button pushing you hear from the control center, the more nervous you get that you're missing something.
Especially when they're gonna try. It's gonna be like giving you the engine failure at
Just writing in my journal.
engine failure at when you flip the roll.
Roll reversal,
Roll
but
reversal.
this was, I always think that's a roll reversal, but the TRR doesn't count down for that because that is just us going
The
into
initial
up
one?
control.
Ah.
Yep. Now the TRR is counting down, so now you can see 20 seconds till our next.
Till
our
we
roll
expect
reversal.
another roll reversal. Okay, H dot is still negative but coming down, so we're gonna keep an eye on that for when we go to the next block in the cue card.
Can you unpause for a second? Okay, pause. We're in
So you're
select
on
the state 2.
So I remember these now. I haven't done an EDL in a while. These
Yep.
are being those stages of, and really final is the same as saying we're here. in a lot of
Oh, that's a
ways.
good
And up control
point.
is here.
Ooh, can we break it down into those? Probably not. Probably.
Mostly, but there's some.
There's some nuance in there.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure.
Somewhere.
Where's the landing?
It's on the
Below
top level
40,
flight
Do we
landing.
have entry? I don't, descent, 803 entry. I didn't see that.
I think we already went through it.
Okay, should I just hit yes?
Yeah, because we're already in descent config, so you can hit yes.
Resume, it keeps
And, oh,
kicking me out. A lot of resumes here. Oh, it's not liking that.
let's see if we can just skip resume here. Okay.
Down mode per the cue card. I think that IMU failure came pretty early, like while failed. Again, took a long time after AOS when it got GPS back. At that point, we were down in the final post loft cue card. We went ahead and
nom-ops at this point.
Okay, we were calling it nom-ops about 20 minutes ago, so that's good to know. Inertial, 1 Earth orbit. Deeper into that. Copy that.
What was that?
It's in this. It's right here, but
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Trying to think of what. Oh no, it's a CDH page that I'm thinking.
Is it CDH for LSC?
Well, there's. I think that's where you can see some of the.
Like, yeah.
5 seconds to start filling.
Great.
And then we'll wait until we get a few G's, engage CSS on RHC, and then maintain roll between 120 and 240, deflect roll until...
We can talk more about that in between runs though.
So this is your call. You're gonna call MCC, say roll pitch. Here's roll pitch.
Roll pitch. That instead will be in a minute, it'll be at 8.5. So, still getting the cabin press. So I think we're good to hang here and wait for that to go to 17.
Command pre-burn maneuver execute.
Oh, you can skip BFS steps.
Oh, right, okay. Because we're not, yeah, alright. But in real life, we would probably enable that?
We haven't really talked about aborts and BFS yet.
So if we see that, hey, it's still okay, we'll try to get you to the egress.
15. 10. 5.
Houston, roll pitch.
Copy roll pitch.
It should do this stuff.
We're flying it, but with lowest G's pops, like, some of our...
We have a couple second here, so I want to point something out. Did you see? Did he indicate how?
It's actually not a... I think we should ask that question.
We should be like 19 minutes.
Which question?
The question about what that sound was.
Oh, yeah.
19 minutes with the fast forwarding.
back.